Something is happening to your Social Security benefits today, May 1st, that the government is not warning you about on the front page of the newspaper. If you are a senior living in the United States, your financial reality just shifted while you were sleeping. As of this morning, 4 massive changes have officially hit the Social Security system simultaneously. And for the unprepared, these changes could effectively cut your monthly income in half without a single day's notice. Most retirees look at May 1st as just another Friday, but behind the scenes at the Social Security Administration, the Overpayment Recovery Rule has just been fully unleashed, and the payment calendar has entered a rare 12-day dead zone that is going to leave millions of bank accounts empty when they expect them to be full. This isn't about some distant law that might pass in Congress next year. This is about the money that is supposed to land in your bank account today and throughout the rest of this month. If you are collecting retirement, SSI, or SSDI, the next few minutes are the difference between maintaining your lifestyle and facing a total financial crisis. Almost no one in Washington is explaining how these 4 specific changes interact with each other. They aren't telling you that a simple letter lost in the mail could trigger an automatic 50% deduction from your check starting right now. They aren't explaining why some of you will see your money today while others will be forced to wait nearly 2 full weeks, facing a holiday gap that hasn't been this dangerous in years. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to identify which of the 4 tracks you are on, how to spot the hidden overpayment notices before they drain your account, and the 3 legal forms you must file immediately to stop the SSA from touching your check. The window to protect your May income is closing by the hour. Let's get straight into the first change that is already confusing hundreds of thousands of seniors this morning. The reason most seniors are caught off guard is because they view Social Security as a monolithic, slow-moving agency. They assume that if something big changes, they'll get a phone call or a clear announcement. But that is not how the system works. The crisis starting today is silent. It's happening inside the algorithms and payment processing centers of the SSA. The first major change involves the calendar dead zone of May 2026. Today is Friday, May 1st. For those on Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and those who started their retirement benefits before May 1997, today is payday. But for the millions of retirees born after the 10th of the month, a massive financial gap has just opened up. Because of how the Wednesdays fall this month, some of you are looking at a 12 to 26-day stretch where no money is coming in, while your bills, your rent, your utilities, and your insurance remain due on the 1st of the month. This mismatch between when bills are due and when the SSA actually releases your funds is the primary reason for the senior debt trap we see every May. While the calendar gap is a timing issue, the second change is a direct hit to your actual balance, the aggressive overpayment clawback. Starting this month, the SSA has ramped up its automated auditing system. They are looking back 5, 10, even 15 years into your records. If their system flags even a minor discrepancy, perhaps a small part-time job you had years ago or a slight change in assets, they are no longer sending gentle reminders. They are issuing immediate withholding notices. Under the current rules, the agency has the authority to take up to 100% of your SSI or up to 50% of your Social Security retirement check until the alleged debt is paid back. Imagine waking up to find that your $2,400 check has been slashed to $1,200 overnight. For a senior on a fixed income, that isn't just a budget cut, it's a catastrophe. And because today is a Friday and Monday is often a heavy processing day, these notices are landing in mailboxes across America right now. The third change hitting today involves the new digital verification mandate. The SSA is moving away from manual reviews and shifting toward a third-party data exchange. This means they are now cross-referencing your bank accounts and financial records with private databases in real time. If you have a joint account with a family member or a small rainy day fund that pushes you over the asset limit for even one day, the system can now trigger a benefit suspension automatically. In the past, you might have had months to explain a discrepancy. Today, the suspend first, ask questions later policy is in full effect. This shift toward automation is creating a wave of accidental suspensions where seniors are losing access to their funds because of computer errors, and the burden of proof is being placed entirely on the retiree to prove the government is wrong. Layered on top of this is the fourth and perhaps most frustrating change, the post-holiday processing delay linked to Memorial Day later this month. Because May 25th is a federal holiday, the entire banking system will freeze for 3 days. If you are in the final payment group, those born between the 21st and 31st, your payment is scheduled for Wednesday, May 27th. However, because of the holiday backlog, many smaller banks and credit unions will not clear those deposits until late Thursday or even Friday, May 29th. This means the people who already waited the longest for their money will face an additional 48-hour delay. In a month where inflation is already eating away at your purchasing power, being forced to wait an extra 2 days for your grocery money is a gamble many seniors simply cannot afford to take. Now, you might be asking, why hasn't the government explained this clearly? The reality is that the SSA is currently facing a massive staffing shortage and a backlog of millions of cases. Their priority is processing the system, not providing personalized financial counseling. They expect you to know the rules. They expect you to monitor your My Social Security account daily. They expect you to be your own advocate. But most people don't have the time or the technical expertise to navigate the bureaucratic maze. That is why the next 6 steps I'm about to give you are the most important part of this video. These steps are designed to build a firewall around your income so that even if the SSA triggers a clawback or a delay, your life doesn't come to a crashing halt. The first step you must take today is to perform an audit of the self. You need to log into your SSA portal and check your earnings record for any anomalies. Often, the overpayment notices that are being mailed out today are based on incorrect data from years ago. If you see a year where the income looks higher than what you actually earned, you need to flag it before the SSA uses it as a reason to cut your check. Secondly, you must establish a Social Security bridge fund. Even if you can only set aside $10 or $20 a month, having a separate account specifically for these dead zone months can prevent you from having to use high-interest credit cards to pay for food during that 12-day wait. The third step is perhaps the most critical legal tool you have, knowing the 90-day rule. If you receive an overpayment notice, you have exactly 90 days to appeal, but if you file that appeal within the first 30 days, the SSA is legally required to stop the withholding while they review your case. This is the secret weapon that keeps your check at 100% while you fight the bureaucracy. Most people wait until the 60th or 70th day to act, but by then the 50% cut has already started. Speed is your only protection. You also need to familiarize yourself with Form SSA 632. This is the waiver of overpayment recovery. If you can prove that the overpayment was not your fault and that paying it back would deprive you of ordinary and necessary living expenses, the SSA has the power to forgive the debt entirely. The fifth step is to diversify your payment receipt. If you are still receiving a paper check, you are at a massive disadvantage. Paper checks are the first to be delayed by holidays and the most vulnerable to theft. Switching to direct deposit or the Direct Express card is no longer optional. It is a necessity for financial survival in 2026. Finally, the sixth step is to create a May survival budget. Because of the unique way the dates fall this month, you should aim to pay your most essential bills, your medicine and your housing, the very moment your check hits your account. Do not wait until the middle of the month because that is when the holiday processing delay and the calendar dead zone will be at their peak. The system is changing, and it is not changing in favor of the retiree. The shift toward automation, aggressive clawbacks, and digital monitoring means that the days of set it and forget it, Social Security, are over. You have to be an active participant in your own retirement. You have to be the one who opens the mail, who checks the portal, and who knows which forms to file. Today, May 1st, is the day the rules changed. Whether this month is a routine period or a financial disaster depends entirely on how quickly you move to protect what you've earned. Share this information with your friends and family because the more people who know how to fight back, the less power these silent changes have over our community.